Welcome back to Between Bells. Black Friday and Cyber Monday have come to an end, but it's important not to forget about Giving Tuesday, the growing global generosity movement to help transform communities and give back around the world. Our next guest has Giving Back rooted in the company's mission and has donated over 3.4 million products this holiday season alone. Joining us now is Dave Heath, co-founder and CEO of Bombas. Dave, great to have you back with us on Cheddar. Now, I know Bombas was founded with this one-to-one giving model, and how is giving back embedded in the company's DNA, and what are you doing to give back this holiday season?
Yeah, so I founded the company 7 years ago, and it was all on the premise of this idea that I learned that socks were the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. And I really wanted to do something about that. And I saw an opportunity to basically build a business similar to the way that Tom's had, donated shoes, that we could maybe donate socks. And we launched the company, and over the last 7 years, we've donated over 45 million pairs of socks and other items, now T-shirts, to the homeless community.
And you have a Giving Tuesday webinar that you're hosting. How can people get involved, and what can they expect from that conversation?
Yeah, so this is a first ever type of event that we've ever done. Now that we've kind of reached somewhat of a scale and brand recognition, we really want to use our brand channel as a microphone to help raise awareness around the issues that obviously we care the most about as a brand, which is bringing awareness to the homeless community. And so tonight we're hosting a webinar. You can find the details on our Instagram channel at Bombas for logging in. It's at 6 p.m. We're going to have leaders from both our giving partners as well as people internally at Bombas hosting a conversation around reshaping the narrative around homelessness and the ways that we can all bring compassion and awareness to this issue.
What are some of those ways that we can support those who are in need this holiday season?
For me, I think it really all starts with this idea around just human compassion and dignity. I think so many of us, through our own experiences in the media, have this very myopic view of what we think homelessness is, which it does represent a portion of the population, those that are suffering from abuse and alcohol and drug addictions, as well as mental illness. But I think in all the work that I've done over the last 7 years, the face of homelessness that I think we've all come to realize, through the stereotypical understanding, has really changed for me. You see single mothers who've had to leave houses due to domestic violence. You've seen spouses who have lost everything due to an illness of a relative. And so, I think the first thing that we can always do is just realize that these are human beings, right? They're people just like you and me. And any one of us in any turn of unfortunate circumstances could find ourselves in one of these places. So I think just having that perspective and really remembering what we can do as fellow human beings, whether that's donate money, go out to your local food bank and ask them what they need, whether it's PPE equipment or volunteer hours. And if you live in a major metropolitan city where you are interacting with the homeless community on a regular basis, I think the easiest but one of the most impactful ways that you can help in this for this community is recognition, right? And it's simple. Hello, wave, smile to somebody that you pass on the streets. So many of them feel invisible because I think so many of us are trained to just put our blinders on and walk by these people. But you'd be surprised how much a simple hello and a smile can go in making someone's day.
Yeah, Dave, it is great to continue hearing about the philanthropic mission of Bombas as a business, but you guys are still a business. You still have to make revenue and make profit as well. How do you scale up the business and meet that demand, especially in times when people are more in need during this pandemic, and do it in a cost-effective way for your business?
We're one of the lucky ones that really, I think, were made for this year. We've seen 50% year-over-year growth, which is more than doubled from kind of where we were coming into the beginning of the year. We're a business that's 98% direct to consumer through our website, bombas.com. And with over 3,500 giving partners and an internal team built around giving, we were really made to kind of take advantage of this kind of at home and give back mentality that I think we've all been living in. Our brand, ships comfort around the world, and that's comfort to both our paying customers and people who are spending more time at home. And we like to say that socks have become the new shoes. But we're also shipping comfort to the 3,500 giving partners across all 50 states here in the United States. Giving the most needed items, both in terms of clothing, in socks and T-shirts that we make, but also leveraging partnerships with friends like Clean Cult and Brooklinen, getting bed sheets and cleaning supplies to those same 3,500 giving partners. Just trying to connect our partners with those that have needs out in the community.
Dave, very quickly, you did say in an interview a couple months ago that SPACs have been reaching out to you to try to take you public. What is your insight right now on the path to becoming public, or if you want to stay private for some time?
I think it's too early for us to tell kind of where we are right now. I think we, as any well-run business, you optimize for optionality. So we're internally, I think, trying to start to build the foundation of building a great run company. And whether we decide to go public or not, I think is still a little bit of ways out. But I think there's a world in which you could see Bombas being a public company, and I think there's a world in which we could certainly stay private. So I think time will tell.
All right, you got a lot of options ahead of you. Dave, thank you again for your time today. That's Dave Heath, co-founder and CEO of Bombas. Thanks again.